6 days left to the 2022 NFL Draft. Let's talk about Brad Holmes' press conference yesterday. Hello, everyone. My name is Derek, and welcome to Detroit Lions Syndicate. You already know what we do on this channel. We talk all things Detroit Lions. So subscribe, hit the notification bell so you won't miss any content. We are 13 subscribers away from the coveted 2,000 subscriber mark to reach our goal of 2,000 before the NFL Draft. And it would be very cool if we can make that happen today. So if this is your third time here, subscribe, man. You know you're going to keep coming back. Brad Holmes had what is likely to be his final appearance before the 2022 NFL Draft, and he had a lot to say. He was at the podium for about 30 minutes being asked certain questions by beat reporters. And it was a lot of things that I heard that I liked yesterday. It was some things I wanted to bring up as well, as that's probably the last time we'll see him. Next time we see Brad Holmes, all the speculation will be over, and we will know who the picks will be for the Detroit Lions. Last year, there was a ton of speculation on who that 7th overall pick would be, and a lot of us finally settled on Penei Sewell after some discussion of would they take a quarterback, a wide receiver. I think it was quarterback first, and then Penei Sewell was second, and we wind up taking Penei Sewell. As it turns out, it looks like outside of Jamar Chase, maybe, it was never a quarterback year one of Brad Holmes and Dan Campbell regime. This year is a little different, though. It's a lot different, as a matter of fact. I don't think I've ever seen this much speculation as who the Detroit Lions would take this early in the draft. When we had Jeff Okudah's pick at number 3, it was always Jeff Okudah, and I'm going to attribute that to Bob Quinn and Matt Patricia being very transparent on who they were going to pick. Rumors came out that Derek Brown was Matt Patricia's pick, while Jeffrey Okudah was Bob Quinn's pick. And I think it's phenomenal that our current regime, you don't know what they're going to do. Now, when Brad Holmes was asked by the media yesterday about picking one of 2 players at number 2, here's what he had to say. Anything can happen at any day. I will say that. But it's not just narrowing it down to your top 2. You better have your top 5. You better have your top 10 in place, because you just don't know what's going to happen each day. We do have it narrowed down, and we feel confident where we're at with how we have pared it down. We'll just let the process unfold. I would only assume that the process he's referring to is the big board of players that they have, who they have coming off the board if Jacksonville takes said player. It's funny because we talked about trade up scenarios in yesterday's video. The Detroit Lions will have 7 picks after they pick at 2nd overall. And when Brad Holmes was asked about the potential for trading up, here's what he had to say. If there's a player that we have buy-in and we want, I'm going to try and get that player. That's just the bottom line. There is a value in being patient and sitting back. You've just got to assess where the value is on your draft board and what the volume and depth is. If the conviction is that high, yeah, you can't just sit, wait, and be patient and see if that player is going to be there or not. Sometimes you've got to be aggressive and go and get them. That's how I stand often. Now, there are not a lot of those players in the draft, but when that player is identified, I'll always be aggressive. Like I said in yesterday's video, we've seen the aggressiveness that Brad Holmes has been involved in, trading up 13 spots to get Jared Goff. It came out that Jamar Chase was his target last year, but he sat and waited. Jamar Chase was taken 5th, and then Penei Sewell was our selection. With what Brad Holmes had to say yesterday, who would you be willing to see the Lions trade up for? I know we talked about it in yesterday's video, but that was before this information came out. It's come out of the horse's mouth, so to speak, and he said that if he wants a player, the conviction is that high, then they will move up and get him. So let me know in the comments below, how would you feel if the Lions traded up, and who would you want them to trade up for? What we will also know when the Detroit Lions draft is if they're going to take a quarterback with any one of their 8 picks to maybe sit behind Jared Goff. There's been a lot of talk of if the Lions are going to take Malik Willis at 2, if they're going to take a quarterback at 32 or 34, and we really don't know, and I think that means that Dan Campbell and Brad Holmes are doing their job very well, specifically Brad Holmes, because when it comes to those type of decisions, they ultimately lie with him. I'm just going to tell you what I think. I have no problem being wrong, but I'm going to tell you what I think. According to Jared Goff's press conference yesterday, it looks like he's very comfortable knowing that he's going to have the starting role. However, he also said that he wouldn't mind mentoring a quarterback. So I don't know if he was just saying what sounds right, what he thought we wanted to hear, or if he's truly okay with having someone to mentor. So we will see in about 6 days or so. But when it came to drafting a quarterback or any position for that matter, here's what Brad Holmes had to say about that. I've been saying all along that we're looking for a game changer at that pick, really at any picks. And I said all positions. So if that position is a quarterback, then it's a quarterback. Just because often it's been slated that, well, picking up there, it's either going to be a quarterback or a pass rusher or a tackle and all that type of stuff. But look, I said from day one, give me a game changer at any position. And there are multiple positions where we do see that potentially game changers could be there in the future. Time will tell, of course, how they develop. We feel very confident in the coaching staff we have to develop those players. But yeah, it could be any position. But obviously, we spent a lot of time on these quarterbacks. We brought a few in, a couple in this week, a few in this week actually. Just making sure we're doing our due diligence and we've got our ducks in a row. As far as I know, the only two quarterbacks that they brought in were Malik Willis and Kenny Pickett, and that was last week, which was the last week of the pre-draft visits. Brad Holmes says it doesn't matter who the player is, where they play, what position or anything like that. He just wants a game changer. So it could be an unconventional draft pick at number 2. Does that mean that the Lions could get Sauce Gardner? Could they take Kyle Hamilton, Trayvon Walker? He said it doesn't have to be an edge. It doesn't have to be a quarterback. It just has to be a game changer. Even if that person has to develop. I'm going to just put it out there that I think if Aiden Hutchinson is there, that's the one they're going to take. But after that, it could be anybody, really. That's just my honest opinion. Let me know yours in the comments below. And remember, guys, we all got opinions. I just put mine in front of the internet. You are entitled to have yours as well. That's the beauty about life and this platform. Everybody can express. It's just done respectfully. So I appreciate all of you. My name is Derek. This is Detroit Lions Syndicate. Be sure to subscribe, ring that notification bell, help me get to 2K today. And then we can go beyond that for the NFL Draft, which will be hosted by me day one on my streaming channel, The Gridiron Blitz. Just will be better to have it over there. So make sure you guys come and join us next week. We know us Lions fans like to call the draft our Super Bowl. Let's hang out and let's watch Brad Holmes and Dan Campbell do their magic and make our team better for 2022. You guys are awesome. And as always, go Lions.